Hey, Taylor, you've been here now a little more than a month. Just where do you feel like your game and your confidence is now compared to when you first got here?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously been a good transition for me. I spoke about this before. There's really good leadership in our dressing room. There's a way that the Bruins play, and I always felt like even when I wasn't on this team, I felt like that was a style of play that I could come and play well in and perform well. And I feel like, I've had a positive impact, and it's important for me, just personally on an individual level to try and maintain that impact in the playoffs, because ultimately that's our goal here.
Ian Steele.
Hey, Taylor, you're about to go into the playoffs for the third time in your career, and obviously the first time with the Bruins. Do you feel the intensity getting there, and is that showing in your game with the playoffs coming?
I mean, to be honest, once we clinched, knowing the teams that were going to be in the playoffs in our division, it was, you couldn't really pick an opponent. There are three very good hockey teams, three teams that are built for the playoffs. So I honestly don't feel like the last few games have been, the playoff games that you're going to see. So I think for everyone in our room, getting a couple days rest and being able to come out with a lot of energy in game one is probably our goal. And I'm sure the other teams are thinking the same thing.
Dan Roach.
Hey, Taylor, just how much fun have you had playing here in Boston? How much are you looking forward to the postseason with this particular group?
Yeah, I mean, it's been, 16 games. It's probably been some of the most enjoyable hockey I've ever played in my career. And I really hope that there's more to come. Obviously the playoffs and winning in the playoffs is something that, you can't really replicate in the regular season. And like you kind of spoke about, that's what we've been building for. And whatever you've done in the regular season, it kind of goes out the window, and it's time to perform and play well and ultimately help your team win in the playoffs. So, but, playing in front of fans, in Buffalo, we never had fans. To play in front of a crowd, I know the Bruins history and the just the aura around the team has been a lot of fun to play for. And I've loved my time here. The city is amazing. Just walking around and the energy in this area for the team just in general has been really fun to be a part of.
Kevin Dupont.
Taylor, just a question about you and Kretsch. Have you ever, in all your years, had a center like him in terms of the whole playmaking thing and just feeling a confidence in your center? And what is it specifically about him thus far that you think has been the reason you've melded so well?
Yeah. When I got traded here, I honestly didn't know who I'd play with. There was no conversations about that kind of. But coming here and just kind of the first time we stepped on the ice together, you could see the playmaking playmaking ability that he has. And he's done it for so long. And just speaking to people that know hockey, they always told me if, Krejci has some line mates that he really likes playing with, like, he had Lucic and Horton back in the day. Some other guys have been through, and he's comfortable and he's playing with some players that can play with speed and pace. He's very effective. And obviously he's been, much more than that. For me, I've never played with right-handed centermen at all really in my career, maybe a little bit with Sam Gagner in Edmonton, but to have a guy that doesn't have to go to his backhand to pass me the puck when I'm coming up the wall, I think it adds another dimension to our attack off the rush. And Smitty as well. I think Smitty and I play pretty similar styles. We like to create offense in any way. It doesn't have to be off the rush. It can be off the forecheck or in zone. Creating turnovers and playing, being hard to play against is something that we've taken pride in. And I feel like we've done that.
Jimmy Murphy.
Hey, Taylor. I was watching Jack Eichel today, and just, obviously he's not really in a good place right now. And I'm just wondering, you were there a few weeks back or a month back now, and I'm just wondering, was there a time where you could ever imagine that you were in this situation that you're in as you speak to us right now?
Yeah, I mean, there were some really dark days this year in Buffalo, and I haven't really talked a lot about it, but I didn't play well. I don't have anyone else to blame for that, for my play in Buffalo other than myself. Just didn't work out. I came in prepared. I came in, I worked hard. And for whatever reason, we just didn't have it. We had a great group of guys. The chemistry in the locker room was great. When it was time to perform in the game, I didn't do my job, and I'm sure a lot of guys would say the same thing. I know Jack is frustrated. Jack and I became, really, really good friends during our time in Buffalo, and I support him. I know he's gone through some stuff with the medical staff there, and ultimately Jack has to worry about himself. There's teams that they're going to worry, just like he said, they're going to worry about what's best for them, and Jack has to do what's best for him. And I know he's got an injury that he feels he can take care of with a surgery, and there's a little bit of a disagreement, but I support Jack, and he was nothing but a great teammate and really good friend when I play with him.
Last one, Chris Ryan.
Hey, Taylor, when you first came, you talked about lacking confidence in coming into this group, and on the game winner, you looked like a guy that had a tremendous amount of poise and confidence. Can you kind of take me through the evolution of your time here in Boston and what led to you building that confidence and kind of being where you are from a mental standpoint now?
Yeah, it's confidence is such a special thing in sports, and when you have it, you don't really even know you have it, but when you don't have confidence, it's certainly apparent. And I can't really say what the turning point was or anything, but when I watch a guy like Marchand play and the things that he does out there, I think that was a really good thing for me to watch him play, to see how hard he is on pucks, to see how many times he gives a second effort to get a puck back or make a play on D or on offense. And he's been a guy that I think our whole roster feeds off of. But for me personally, to see how he plays, I know I can play a similar style, and it's almost like you watch someone do it and you're like, okay, I can do that. But that was a little thing. And then obviously playing with Krejci and Smitty, I think right off the bat, we had a lot of chemistry. It helped that some goals went in to start my time here. And sometimes that's all you need.